all rise. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Council, viewers and listeners, good morning and welcome back to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. For our next item on our today's agenda, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair. Madam Chair, over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will call on Honorable Sila to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ بالفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر حاسد إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ بالناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق الناس الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره عظيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Gracious Lord, we would own your tender care and all your love towards us. Thank you for food, water, shelter, and clothing. Preserve us from death and dangers that comes by. We cannot draw another breath unless thou give us power. Thank you for good health, friends, and our parents and loved ones, whom you blessed us with. Continue to shower your blessings upon us, Lord, and may your divine grace continue to abide with us now and forevermore. Amen.
Can you call the witness, please?
Good morning, Mr. Witness.
Morning.
Welcome back. You may kindly take your seat.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Jallow.
Morning, ma.
You're welcome back.
Thank you.
I hope you had your breakfast.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Council, can we proceed, please?
Yes, thank you very much. Madam Chairperson, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning.
You were asked to bring some documents today.
Yes, I did engage the council, and I was told that those files which contain most of what is required, if not all, were taken from the council. So from my own, from my own records, I was able to get the strategic plan for 2014 to 2020.
2014 to 2020.
2020. Now, by extension, there was also a diagnostic document attached to the plan for 2020.
Please come again.
A diagnostic plan. Now, let me just explain a little bit. Now, when I came in 2014,
yes,
there was a plan I found in place called the Strategic Plan for Brikama Area Council 2014 to 2020. Now, shortly after, we found out that the document need to be reviewed, and an implementation plan, if you like, should be developed so that we are able to implement it. And that is why we had another document called the the implementation plan, development plan.
When was that?
It was it is for the same document, but I did not get, since I could not get, I didn't know exactly which year, but I'm sure it will be around between 2015, 16, and so forth.
So it is not your time. It is not 2018, 2019, as in.
No, it was before.
Before that.
It was before that, but it covered period up to 20. The strategic plan covered the period up to 2020.
Yes.
Now, by extension, that would also answer the question. There was a question you did ask whether we had our consultants. Yes, we did. And those were the ones who developed this
strategic plan.
No, the implementation plan.
Implementation plan.
Yes, the strategic plan was developed by with support from VSO.
And who was or were the consultant?
Yes, the consultant for the implementation plan, which was during my time, were one Alma Metal, Africa Development Group, or Africa Development something, but Alma Metal and Gomez, who was one time minister during President Jammeh's time.
Can we get the full names, please?
I can't recall Gomez's full name, but he was one time Jammeh's minister.
Minister of what?
I think Youth and Sports. Gomez.
The only minister for Youth and Sports I know is during Adam Barrow's time. That's Henry Gomez. I'm not sure.
No, there was also one during
another Gomez.
Yes, that was during the transition
Period.
Yes, I think he's ex-soldier.
Okay, that's true. So, but then please let us get the names of these individuals.
Yes, the Alma Metal I know is Alma Metal. Alma Metal, yes.
And he took part in he was a consultant.
Yes, in fact, they were the only two consultants we engaged.
For both the strategic plan and the implementation?
No, the strategic plan I found already developed with support from VSO.
In 2014?
In 2014.
Good.
For the period 2014-2020.
Yes.
Now, when I came in,
yes,
we found out that the strategic plan, as I used to say,
yes,
was like a vehicle without wheels.
Yes.
So we could not in any way, implement the strategic plan. So there was the need
Yes.
to review it and have, if you like, an implementation plan.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes, more of the reason why we engage these consultants.
And this happened during your time?
Yes, I can't recall exactly which years, but it was between...
You have been there only for like 2 years, 2018 and 2019.
About 5 years.
I mean, as CEO.
Okay, no, you're talking about the period, for the commission.
Okay.
For the
Yes. So can we have those documents, please?
Yes, please.
What other document do you have with you?
Unfortunately, as I said, we tried to. I tried to get this document from the office, but it's not possible. They said the files have been retrieved or taken away by the commission. Now, the only document I could get is from that of Lamin Kamara, legal consultant, and that was for July 20, was signed July 20, 2017.
Okay. Now let me just have this admitted.
Yes.
And then we can now deal with that one.
Okay.
We applied to tender 2 documents, Madam Chairperson. The first is the Brikama Area Council Strategic Plan, West Coast Region, the Gambia, for the period covering 2014 to 2020. And the second document is the Brikama Area Council Strategic Plan, 2014 to 2020 Diagnostic Report and Implementation Plan Development. But this, it says draft on the first page.
I could not get the final.
You cannot get the final one.
Yeah, the final document.
So how would we know whether this one is approved or not?
No, it was approved.
It was approved.
It was, of course, yes. It was. I had this in my mobile.
Okay.
In fact, more of the reason why I am able to get it, because...
Madam Chairperson, the diagnostic report and implementation plan for 2014-2020 strategic plan is a draft. You would also agree with me that the strategic plan does not have any name or signature on it.
In fact, they approved the...
And also date on it, correct?
The approved one was is in a booklet form.
In a booklet form?
Yes, of course.
So this also the draft one?
Yeah, that one should be a draft.
Both the strategic plan and the implementation plan are both draft documents. So we will still request that you request for the approved ones.
Yes, I'm told that the files are with the commission here. It was taken by the commission.
Who told you?
The acting director of admin, and I did engage the CEO as well.
What is the name of the acting director of admin who told you?
Sawane, Ibrahima Sawane.
Ibrahima Sawane.
Yes, please.
Jallow, the files we have entries of everything that has been submitted to us from Brikama.
Mm-hmm.
And when we have lunch break, you could talk to the registrar,
okay,
to see which of the admin files,
okay,
that may contain some of these documents.
Okay. All right.
And Council, we may wait until when we come back, because the files are here, and Senior Counsel Kamara was going through the files, and let them just cross-check again if what we ask him to produce is in the documents that they submitted to us. If not, we will ask him to go back to the council to get us the documents.
As the commission places. You heard that, sir?
Yes, I do.
That is the decision of
yes,
the chairperson.
I do.
Now, the other document you have?
Now the other one is the how to call it, the retainership agreement with Lamin Kamara. That was for the period that it was signed on the 20th of July 2017.
Yes. Can we see it, please?
Yes, please. That one also I was only able to get a photocopy.
Yes. We apply to tender a retainership agreement from Dandemayo Chambers and the Brikama Area Council. The date is 20th of July 2017. It's a photocopy, and we seek to have it admitted in evidence as an exhibit.
A retainership agreement dated the 20th of July 2017 between Dandemayo Chambers and Brikama Area Council is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as Exhibit LGC/MSJ/BKAC/003.
As the Commission places. Any other document?
Yes, the other documents you did ask were in relation to our agreement with both EcoBank and Reliance.
Yes.
Now, Reliance, both of them, unfortunately, I was unable to get. Again, the same information was given that they are in the file. So for Reliance, I am only able to get a draft which is not even signed.
That's fine. Who gave you the information?
The same person.
Sawane?
It's the same Sawane, yes.
No, I asked because we will need to now confirm.
Yes, of course.
With him.
Yes, it's Ibrahim Sawane,
well.
please.
Not that he told you or not, but the fact that he has to really show that the documents that we've asked, that you've requested from him, have been submitted.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Yes, okay.
We absolutely trust what you are saying.
Yeah. This one is not even signed.
Let me see, please.
Yeah.
Yes, and any other one?
No.
You have spoken about the one for EcoBank.
Yes, I said the EcoBank, they said it's in the file.
In the file as well.
We could not get any from
Now,
the
how
council.
about the loans, the loan agreement?
The loans, again, the same thing. When I asked, well, there was correspondence that I can recall, but I could not get access to.
You could not what?
They said the file is here, so they told me. But I know that there is an agreement with EcoBank, because otherwise it cannot happen.
What can you recall regarding the process surrounding the loan agreement?
Now, normally, in fact, not normally, but always we put up a request in the form of a request, and give reasons for the overdraft, which is always signed by the two signatories to the account. That is the CEO and the Director of Finance. Both of us have to sign.
Now, is there any form of approval that you will have to seek? Did you seek any approval from any authority?
Normally, as I said, it's an overdraft. We always request for this when we are maybe financed to pay salaries.
I understand that. I'm just saying whether you recall seeking for any clearance from any authority, be it the council itself, or
no. We just informed the chairman verbally that we want to apply for overdraft so that we are able to complete our salaries.
Is there any ceiling that you have in relation to how much you as CEO can authorize expenditure or expenditures on without the chairperson's or the council's authorization?
Not during the time when I was CEO.
Why won't you have any?
Throughout.
You don't have any monetary ceiling?
No, there was no ceiling.
So you as CEO, you can sign any document?
Yes, of course.
Any check in relation to any amount?
Yes, as far as the budget is approved.
But that will be contrary to the relevant laws and regulations. Is that not the case?
Well, I think so, but that was not the norm.
So if you decide to sign a check for 2 million, 5 million, you can just do it. You have the ultimate power as CEO.
Yes, of course. That was the norm then.
What do you mean when you say that was the norm then?
Well, that was how we operate.
We want to understand how you've arrived at that situation. How you've arrived at the norm that regarding having exclusive, absolute power in relation to the financial activities of council.
No, what I mean is that is how we operate at that time.
I know. You agree that was wrong?
Well,
do you agree or you don't agree?
Going by the regulations
Yes.
or the financial instructions, it may be wrong.
Yes. So now, how did you arrive at that norm or customary way of spending council's funds without proper check and balance in accordance with the laws and regulations?
No, council. As I said, that was the system. That was the system.
So when you came as CEO, you didn't know that was wrong? You didn't know it was contrary to the to the relevant regulations, the Finance and Audit Act?
Even for all the councils that I have served, that has always been the.
Let's just talk about yours first for now. Let's talk about your council for the period 2018-2019.
That's what I'm saying.
We cannot say for sure all the councils were doing that.
Now that's what I found, and that was the system. Even if it was wrong.
You didn't see the need to change that?
Not at that time.
Why was that?
Because well, maybe it was as a result of my lack of ability or whatever you call it to do that, or knowledge.
We request Exhibit 003, the retainership agreement.
Pardon?
Respectfully, I'm talking to the chairperson. We will respectfully request the retainership agreement with Tandemayo Chambers, Exhibit 003. Yes. Now, this agreement is in 2017, July.
Mm-hmm.
What was your position at the time?
I see you.
2017.
Yes, of course.
Okay? So how did you retain the agreement of the Nemayo Chambers? What process was followed?
I think I said it the other time. I said, if my memory can serve me well, it didn't take the right process and procedure. Dandemayo Chambers was handpicked, to be very frank.
Who handpicked Dandemayo Chambers?
I can't recall, but I do know that I didn't know Dandemayo Chambers. So maybe it would have come through the office of the chairman.
He would have what?
It would have come, the idea or the suggestions would have come from the office of the chairman.
Who was the chairman at the time?
Then it was Sirifo, I think it was Sirifo Song. No, Bakari Saibo, I think.
Bakari Saibo?
Yes, Bakari Saibo.
And who signed this document as head of institution?
Who signed, please?
Who signed the retainership document?
On behalf of council?
Yes.
Yes, my very self.
This is your signature?
Yes, of course.
Jallow, your signature is very nice.
Thank you.
But if you have signed this document, then you must have had clear knowledge or information regarding how you have arrived at this agreement. How you have arrived in relation to agreeing with Mr. Dandemayo Chambers as per the retainership agreement.
No, in actual fact, we sat down when he was identified. We had we sat down and discussed with him.
Go ahead.
And that led to that agreement.
Tell us about that process.
The process was just we sit down and I told him that we need a legal consult so that our issues, mostly institutions that are refusing to pay council, we are able to engage them.
How many lawyers do you know in this country?
How many lawyers I know in this country?
Yes.
Council, that's a difficult
Is there only one lawyer in this country?
Excuse me?
Is there only one lawyer in this country?
No. Even if I don't know that, I know that there is no.
So you know for a fact there are more than one law offices or firms in this country?
Yes, of course.
And so you know it will be wrong to a certain extent to just handpick one law office.
Absolutely.
Why did you do that as CEO?
Well, it was as a result of circumstances, maybe.
You see, you are not talking to us about the circumstances yet. You're really going in circles. And we must understand, we are not saying that it's either it is your decision solely, or it is influenced, as you have said, by another authority, which you must tell us.
Yes, but I said it.
You have not said.
I said I didn't know Lamin. No, it's his chamber.
Yes.
The idea may have come from the chairman.
Yes.
And we engage him.
Yes.
To tell him what our problems are as a council.
Yes.
And that is what led to the agreement.
We have to have a definitive answer. Was he handpicked by the chairman?
But I did say that. Well, I said, of course, because he should have taken the normal.
You still haven't answered the question. You answer the question, we move on. Was he handpicked by the chairman? Was Dandemayo Chambers handpicked by the chairman at the time?
He was introduced to me by the chairman.
That still does not answer the question.
What's the difference, counsel?
I can introduce someone to you without telling you or instructing you to appoint the individual.
Okay.
An introduction remains to be an introduction as long as there are no further steps to influence decision making.
Okay.
You get it?
All right.
Do you agree with that?
Okay.
We all get introduced to people also in institutions. That doesn't mean we are forced to employ them.
Okay, he was handpicked by the chairman.
He was handpicked by the chairman.
Yes, please.
And you were authorized to have an agreement with the Dandemayo Chambers.
Yes, of course.
That is your evidence.
Yes, of course.
All right. We will come back to. But you knew this was wrong at the time.
Pardon?
You knew it was wrong at the time.
Yes, I said it. I said it is wrong.
Why did you?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know. To be very frank, at that time, that it was wrong.
You are the CEO.
Even if I am the CEO, I am human, and not everything I do know.
Yes, when it is blurry, when it is really not carved out in stone, when you don't have any document to say what you should do, of course you are human. You can make errors.
Yeah, of course.
These processes are you can find them in the relevant laws. You can find your mandate as CEO, what to do and what not to do. You have the procurement act and so on and so forth. It tells you what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
Is that not the case?
Absolutely.
Is that not the case?
Yes, of course.
And so therefore, you just going on in relation to having instructions and relying on them, you cannot say it's a mistake.
No, I think I didn't say that it's a mistake.
You think what?
It's an error on my part.
It's an error on your back.
Yes, please.
Right. We will come back to that at some
Yes.
point. Any questions regarding the appointment of the Ndemayo Chambers or the agreement?
No, Council.
Now we'll come back to that. Let's go back to the 2018 National Audit Report. Do you have it, a copy?
The 2018 audit report?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Let me ask that you be given a copy. And you please turn to page 28.
Mr. White.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, while you are turning to page 28 of the National Audit Report 2018 for Brikama Area Council.
Page 20.
Yes. What benefits were you having from Reliance Financial as an institution, Brikama Area Council?
Well, before that agreement, we have never had any benefit, and I think the only benefit we have is when we engage them, and we engage them for the purpose of providing that 1/6.
1/6.
Yes, but by extension, I think the agreement did go further.
Of course, you cannot just have an MOU just for 1/6 once. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
that was the beginning of maybe the beginning of our relationship.
Right.
And we had this intention to engage them to finance projects.
Like what kind of projects?
Well, infrastructure.
What kind of infrastructure?
Well, I can't say it off ahead, but I know.
Mr. Jallow, you know you'll be coming to testify here. This you know.
No, I don't. I can't. Offhand.
You know you'll be coming to testify.
Yeah,
When the CEO, the area council engage in projects. Well, if you have actually engaged in projects, you know these things.
Yes.
And so therefore, these 2 years, you should really be able to tell us.
No, but
simple questions we ask.
There was no specific project that we identified.
Okay.
Yes, there was no specific project. But
Now, how was Reliance Financial introduced to you?
Well, that's difficult. I can't remember that.
You cannot know. You don't know.
I can't remember.
You can't recall.
Yes.
Why is that?
Yes, because it's a long time, and I don't know how.
Was it also another issue of imposing certain things to you by the chairman at the time?
I don't think this one should come from the chairman.
The Reliance Financial will not just jump from nowhere and appear in your office as CEO and you sign documents with them.
Yes. But I definitely cannot recall how they were introduced.
Why Reliance Financial?
Excuse me.
Why Reliance Financial at the time? Why Reliance Financial Services? I mean, there are so many financial institutions in the Gambia. Is that not the case?
Yes, of course.
Why Reliance Financial?
I definitely cannot recall.
Mr. Jallow, you know the answer to these questions. You see,
maybe through the director of finance.
Let's not have any maybe here. The director of finance, whatever he knows, you know.
Yes.
Whatever he knows in the area council, you know.
No, not necessarily.
Tell me, give me an example of certain things that he can do and know that you cannot know, or you will not know, or you don't have the capacity to know? Tell me, give us an example.
No. If it's something that's coming from outside into the council, he may know something which I don't know.
Example?
Yes.
Give us an example.
Yes, this particular issue could be an example.
Which kind of issue?
Yeah, the reliance could have been introduced to me by the director of finance because.
Could have been.
Yes.
Introduced to you by the director of finance.
That's just to give an example of the fact that something could come to me.
Mr. Jallow, if I had told you several times, the introductory part is okay, it's normal, but
Yes.
that's not devoid of the fact that you will know the reasons as to why you will engage the service of a particular institution or individual. You as the CEO, you are the final decision maker.
Yes, I agree.
Is that not the case? At least to a certain extent.
Yes, I agree.
So this is why I said whatever data finance knows that you know is because you are the chief financial officer
Yes.
of the council.
Yes, please.
Is that not the case? You
Yes,
are the
please.
overseer of the administration of the council.
Yes, please.
And you have to make sure everything goes in line as per the necessary dictates.
Yes, please.
Now, I ask again, how did you come up with the decision regarding Reliance Financial?
I really cannot recall.
You cannot recall?
No, I can't.
Why did you not engage the service of other financial institutions?
Well, maybe.
No, maybe. There cannot be any maybe here.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Okay. That was an error on our part.
On your part?
On my part. Okay.
How is it an error on your part?
Yes, because I should have engaged others. Well, that's the error.
Does that?
That is the error.
What gave rise to the error?
That's the error.
Did you knew at the time that you were supposed to, there are other financial institutions? Did you know at the time? Did you know at the time that there were other financial institutions?
Yes, I do.
So it couldn't have been an error.
Yes, but
It couldn't have been an error.
yes, errors can come when when you know.
When you know.
Yes, of course.
When you know that you are supposed to do X,
Yes.
then you do Y.
Yes.
How is that an error?
It's an error. It's an error.
No, it's a deliberate act. When you know that you are supposed to do X, you choose to do Y, then it's a deliberate act.
Okay.
If you fail, you can't call it an error.
No problem.
It's wrong judgment.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I agree.
Now, again, we will come back to that because
Please.
we still need more information as to how you have arrived with a decision regarding Reliance Financial. These two, we need to have further information on. Do you understand that?
Yes, when I have the information, I'll give
You
it.
have to have it, otherwise everything falls on your head.
No problem.
Mr. Jallow.
No problem.
Do you understand that?
No problem, Council. If I have the information, I'll give it out.
Good. Now, page 28
28.
of the 2018 National Audit talks about the bank reconciliations. How often were you having bank reconciliations?
Page 28. Sorry,
Yes,
28.
sir. Yes, sir.
I don't have 28 bank reconciliation on 28.
Can the witness be given the 2018 National Audit Report?
Can you give him
This one, this one I have is dated 18 September 2019. Oh, okay, so it's a different one. Okay.
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
It talks about bank reconciliation.
Yes.
How often were you given bank reconciliation? Were you given information regarding bank reconciliation?
Now, bank reconciliations were performed by the directorate and the director in particular of finance.
They are performed by the?
The directorate and in particular the
Yes.
director of finance.
Yes.
Yes.
I know there's a department that is supposed to prepare that.
Yes, and an individual called the director.
And how do you supervise that?
Yes, I engage them to prepare the bank reconciliation as required.
You engage them to?
To prepare the bank reconciliations as
Was that
required.
done in 2018?
Yes, it was. Yes.
You've been having bank reconciliations in 2018?
Yes, the Director of Finance prepares bank reconciliation.
You as CEO have received bank reconciliations in 2018 and 19. Is that your evidence?
Whether I have seen it?
Yeah, I have received.
Yes, of course. Yes.
How often? And how often should they be prepared?
Bank reconciliation at normal circumstances should be prepared monthly.
Everything should be under normal circumstances.
Yes.
Monthly. How often were you receiving it in 2018?
In 2018, I don't know how frequent I was getting it, but I do know that
Let me read you the on page 28 regarding what the findings were in relation to bank reconciliation. It says, during the review of sample of bank reconciliations performed, the following were noticed. There was no indication of the performer of the reconciliations, nor was there any evidence of review. The reconciliations were not performed for all the months, while some were erroneously performed, which remain incorrect. In the absence of a regular preparation and review of bank reconciliations, errors on either or both cash books and bank statements may stay undetected or uncorrected. This may translate in losses to the council in the form of unauthorized charges. Now, it is very clear that you were not having regular bank reconciliations.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And why is that?
I agree. Well, that was
also another error.
Another error.
Another error or another deliberate act?
It was, well, if to ensure that a bank reconciliation is prepared, that was an error on my part.
Mr.
I agree.
Jallow.
Yes.
How important is a bank reconciliation?
Very important.
How important?
Very important, because that.
What does it seek to serve?
Yes, but because that ensures that the transactions that are in the bank correspond with what is in the cash book, in the main cash book.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, page 33. It says, we have however noted that loans were issued during the period to the individuals listed in the table below without any evidence of proper documentation. We did not find any evidence on file relating to the application and processing, including evaluation for eligibility of applicants, and it goes on. Were you issuing out loans in 2018, 2019?
Well, the only ones I can recall, I did mention it here earlier on, that is the collectors that we found wanting.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we wanted them to pay back the money. And we thought at that time that the only way for, if not all of them, but some of them, is to give, take it as a loan for them, which will be monthly, will be deducted monthly.
Seydou Kunta was issued a car loan of the amount of $200,000.
Yes. That I can recall.
You can recall?
Yes, I can recall that.
What is the process that was followed? So you don't have a loan scheme.
No.
You don't have any process that one needs to follow in relation to the application and granting or approval of these loans.
The only process we have is for the staff to apply.
Who approves the loan?
The CEO.
And it's a unilateral decision. You had the ultimate power.
Pardon?
You had the ultimate power. You are the sole decision maker.
Well, based on the fact that I am the accounting officer.
Based on the fact that you're the accounting officer.
Yes, since we don't have.
Now, what do you? That's fine. That's all right. Now, what do you put into consideration? But if you're the accounting officer, that doesn't give you the absolute right to just approve loan applications anyhow.
Yes, because we didn't have a loan scheme.
Why won't you have a loan scheme?
Well, we didn't have it.
Why won't you have it?
As a council, we didn't have it. Well, that was maybe.
That is already understood. Now is the question: why won't you have it?
Yes. Well, we didn't have it because maybe at that time we didn't have the.
Are you willing to answer questions?
Yes, of course.
Now the question is, why will you not have a loan scheme? then the answer must really be in line with the question. Why wouldn't you not have a loan scheme? We don't have a loan scheme because of X, because of Y, because of Z. It is not we didn't have it.
Yeah, well, we didn't have it because maybe we didn't make it a priority.
Okay. Again, where would you have documentations from these individuals like guarantors and so on and so forth?
Excuse me?
Why won't you have the necessary we don't request the necessary documents from them, like loan agreements, like guarantors?
Well, again,
that is the finding of the audit.
well, again, maybe not. It is as a result of our how to call it? How do I put it? Inefficiency, if you like, or.
Mr. Jallow, now, if you do not have a process that people should follow, because all of these are captured in the relevant laws, the Act and the financial manual, and so on and so forth. If you don't have the necessary processes that people know that once they meet these requirements, they will stand a chance of having the applications approved. If you don't have these processes, you don't follow the manuals, will that not give rise to having, I don't know, giving you absolute power to just decide, and then now your employees, I will call them, will be at your mercy?
Of course.
You'll be at your mercy.
Of course.
And that's how people entrench themselves in power.
I agree.
We have these laws so that we avoid those situations.
Yes, of course. Very well.
We don't know who is qualified and who is not qualified.
Yes.
If I want a loan from you, I have to be your friend, or I have to dance to your tune, I have to do things that are probably appeasing. I'm not saying you in particular. I'm saying if you're in a position of authority.
Absolutely. I think it was very unfortunate that you have the laws, in place. And,
but we don't follow them.
We don't follow them.
And eventually we become demigods in this institution.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Now, there were issues of travels on page 35. Please turn to page 35.
Page 35. Okay.
It says 2.14. Overseas travel without invitation. It says, according to the control requirements over appropriation of council funds, no payment should be made without appropriate documents. Now, the chief executive officer must make sure, and so on and so forth. There was a list. You have, it says, we noted that during the period under review that a number of senior management of the council traveled to attend the 58th Independence Anniversary celebration from the 2nd to the 6th April 2018 in Senegal. See, we have misplaced priorities. We use funds when there is no importance. The people don't derive any interest in what you do. You travel to Senegal to go and attend a ceremony when you can't even provide decent living standard to your people, Mr. Jallow? I mean, that's really a dent on your, I mean, not only you, but for anyone who does that. Is that not the case, your legacy?
Now, when I came in 2014...
Let me just read you the fact. It says, they have each been paid 5 days per diem, but there was no evidence of official invitation to the event. We have not also found evidence from the budget that the activity was specific allocation in the approved budget. And you had the list of attendees. Mr. Noha Jame. Who's Mr. Noha Jame? Do you recall Mr. Noha Jame, sir?
Yes.
Who is he?
He is a supervisor at the Environmental Health and Sanitation.
Where will a supervisor go to Dakar to attend an anniversary celebration?
Maybe this time round that was his chance.
His chance to do what? To make money?
To be part of it. To be part of the delegation.
To have allowance.
Yes.
You call it chance?
Well, so I found on the
That's
ground.
how you are supposed to run the institution. People have to wait for their turn and their chance. It's not only their accounts. It's all over. It's all over.
Can I please explain?
Go on.
When I came in 2014, I found, a relationship between Brikama Area Council and Grayof municipality in Dakar. And among their agreements was the fact that, they go to visit each other.
Yes.
In fact, of late, it used to be 2 visits annually.
Yes.
One is during independence celebration, whether it's that of the Gambia. When we celebrate our independence, they also come as a delegation.
Yes.
All right. So when they are also celebrating their independence, they send us an invitation, and then the invitation will always spell out the number of people that they invite, not the names of the people, but the number of people.
Yes.
So this was a norm. This was an arrangement I found, and we continued on it. And I think up to today, it is happening.
Do you think it's correct?
Well, if it's an agreement between 2 municipalities, then I see nothing wrong in that.
Really?
Yes. If it's an agreement between 2, you're talking about the institution, not about.
It doesn't matter who funds it.
Yeah, it's the institution that funds it.
Which institution are you talking about?
If in the case of Brikama Area Council, it's Brikama Area Council that funds it.
And where do you get your revenue?
Yeah, we get it from where we are supposed to get it, from the people.
No, that's not an answer. Answer, where do you get your revenue?
We get it from where, council, we get our revenue from where it's our sources of revenue.
And what is that source? See, I don't want to have to follow up every incomplete answer with a further question. Where do you get your revenue?
We get it from the revenue sources.
And what is the revenue source?
Rates and taxes.
And where do they come from?
License from the people.
From the people.
Yes.
You know that's the end point. That's why you don't want to answer. That's the end point. From the people.
No, but if you have
the people don't intend that you will send more than 5 people to Dakar to attend an independence celebration, even without devoid of the fact that you didn't even follow due process. People don't intend this.
Well,
when they don't even have decent living standard in Brikama Area Council, do you think you have served the people well enough to warrant you to spend their money to send 5 or 6 people to go to Dakar to attend independence celebration?
We follow due process because an invitation is received.
Where is the invitation?
Well, it should be in the files.
No, you have to get it.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
You have to get it.
Be in the file because.
And you have Mr. Nohas Jame.
Pardon?
Mr. Nohas Jame. You have Sidi Kunta. Who is Sidi Kunta?
Sidi Kunta is the procurement manager.
Procurement manager.
Yes, please.
Mr. Mariama Demba.
Mariama Demba.
You see where the conflict comes in?
Mariama Demba is a secretary.
Secretary too?
Yes.
To
the office of the CEO and the chairman.
Ms. Adama Bojang.
Ms. Adama Bojang is the director of planning and development.
Ibrahim Sawane.
Ibrahim Sawane, as I said earlier on, is the acting director of admin.
Mr. David Kujabi.
David Kujabi. Who is David Kujabi again? David Kujabi. This one I can't recall. David Kujabi.
Dauda Jallow.
Dauda Jallow. Dauda Jallow is a driver.
So seven people.
Yes.
To attend the independence celebration.
Yes.
And you think it was worth it?
Well,
you genuinely think?
Since it was an agreement.
Since it was an agreement, it is worth it.
Okay.
Mr. Jallow,
yes, ma'am.
You said it was an agreement that when you came in 2014.
Yes.
You had an agreement with
Grayo.
Yes, with Grayo.
I found the agreement.
Yes. Was it an MOU that you signed? What was it?
Yes, it was in the form of an MOU.
Can you please note that and
help
us see that?
Yes.
Because this spending has to be justified on some bilateral transactions that have happened between the council and the Grayo.
Yes, yes.
All right?
Yes.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Please turn to the next page.
Okay.
By the way, before that, were there any allowances or salary increment in council during the period 2018-2019?
Salary increment?
Or allowances or any form of emoluments?
Salary increment can only happen when it is, approved by government.
I'm just saying whether any that
No,
you've done.
I can't recall any.
Now on page 36, it says payments not acknowledged by the recipients. There was an amount of $144,519 that were paid to individuals, but there is no evidence that they even received these monies. Do you see that?
Yes, I do. Maybe.
I mean, the recipients must always sign these vouchers, shouldn't they?
If they don't sign, they must have to provide a receipt. If
Yes, yes.
yes, if it's an institution like GPPC,
Yes.
GPPC.
I agree.
Yes.
Now, the finding is saying that that was not the situation. That didn't happen.
Well, they should provide a receipt. If
Yes. But you as a CEO,
yes.
why will that happen under your watch?
Well, maybe it was an oversight because the check payment was already raised, and where it is delivered to the service provider, a receipt should be prepared and attached to the voucher.
And do you have any chance or any way of knowing this when it occurs?
Well, sometimes no.
Why? Why won't you have any opportunity of finding this out?
Yes, because if both the check and the voucher itself is signed, is approved, then it goes to the Directorate of Finance.
It goes to the
Directorate of Finance,
and then
they execute the payment.
Good.
And should request for either a signature or a receipt.
Yes. So you are saying that once you have approved, there is a high chance that you may not even know. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, of course, because hardly I have time, to go back and, verify these vouchers. So I take it that maybe the internal audit, because of other engagements, the internal audit may...
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
You are employed to have time. Do you know that?
I agree.
You are employed to have time. That's why you're paid salary at the end of every month, and you have other benefits as well.
Yes.
Do you not have benefits?
Yes.
As CEO. Benefits that others will not ordinarily have in the area council. But by virtue of your appointment, you will have those benefits. And this I say to you, not only because you are here and you're sitting down here. I wish I don't say these things to you, but it goes to every CEO. How I ask you these questions is the same way everyone have to be accountable when they occupy this office. So it's no attack on your personality or character, but it's the administration. Is that not the case?
Correct.
A CEO is appointed to have time. Is that not the case?
Yes, of course.
And to say you don't have time to go back, you don't even have to go back. If you have an effective system, these things will come up. That's why you have to have a bank reconciliation. You have to have financial statements. You have to have so many reporting mechanisms. The auditor must perform their job by making sure that they give you periodical, quarterly
Absolutely.
reports.
Yes, of course.
But if you don't have that, then eventually you don't have any way or means of getting this information.
Correct.
I agree with you.
Correct.
When you sign these vouchers and they are gone. Probably. We may not expect that you will request for every voucher after you have signed it. Let me see now whether the payment has been done. But every quarterly report from the internal auditor should pick some of these things up. Then you'll be better informed how your institution is being run. Is that not the case?
Quite correct.
And that is not being done.
Yes, absolutely.
And so these problems, they keep on repeating themselves.
Yeah,
repeating.
of course. Very well.
Right?
Very well.
Now, there was page 39, the issue of excessive use of honorarium. You there?
Excessive use of honorarium. Yes, I see it. Yeah.
It says, we noted during the audit that the descriptions of numerous payments were classified as honorarium. However, this contradicts. See, it is difficult to even pronounce some words when we have a principal here in one of the commissioners. I struggle to make sure I'm in line with some of these things. Now, however, this contradicts Section 13, Sub 1 of the Local Government Finance and Audit Act 2004, which says, of course, no appropriation of funds by council shall be made out of the funds of council unless it is approved in a budget. Is that not the case? You agree with that?
Yes, of course.
Says these payments, as can be seen from the table below, range across various classes of expenditure. So you have in 2018 honorarium for extra work on Friday, 14 September 2018 on Brikama Council 59. Jeren Dong was paid an amount. So the amount altogether for the various payments is $50,700. Now, how do you decide how someone will receive an honorarium? Needless to the fact that
yes, I think this is unfortunate. Unfortunate in the sense that honorarium in itself does not exist in the budget, but we are caught up when people provide, particularly auxiliary staff, they provide service.
Yes.
Beyond their
working hours.
Yes, working hours. So we have to pay them. We have to see how we please them, because at one point Brikama Area Council was very hot, especially in the area of providing services like environmental health and sanitation. That's the cleansing service, and we had to squeeze our health laborers to do extra job.
Let me just give you some of the details.
Yes,
See?
please.
Even if we are to really agree with you and understand what you are saying, but even the details regarding the payment, sometimes they don't even say anything. You see, it says honorarium for extra work on Friday. What extra work was that? No one knows. You understand that? You have, again, in June 21st, 2018, payment of honorarium for drilling of toilet at Brikama main market. Would this not be as a result of having a contract? Why would you pay honorarium for the drilling of a toilet at the market? This is supposed to be contracted. Is that not the case?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Do you agree?
I do.
Yeah, so why would you pay an honorarium for that?
I do.
You have, again, same month, 28th of June 2018, payment of honorarium for extra work. What is extra work?
I think I would, at this point, I would agree to the fact that, the explanations on the voucher are always not very explicit, to an extent where, well, I think I have queried this on so many occasions. Because
you have?
I have queried it.
You don't have, to who? People query to you.
Yes.
Who do you query to?
That is why the ones that are supposed to query to me have queried me. I have queried the people that are responsible.
How do you query them?
I engage them to say, you have to be very explicit on the vouchers.
But you sign them.
Yes, I do.
You don't have to sign them. It's
Yes,
very simple. I tell you what to do once, twice. The second time, I don't sign it until you do it right.
Correct.
Or, in fact, for some other strict disciplinarians, the first time you bring it, it's not right, I'm not going to sign it.
Yeah, very well, very well.
So I don't know. It's a repeated act. I don't know what you mean by you query them. It doesn't seem like that. Instead, this payment seems like they even come from the top. You authorize these payments and they get paid. So no, you don't concern yourself with the details because they have to just get paid.
No, but I'm aware of the work done. To be very frank.
So these payments, they will not be legitimate payments.
They were legitimate payments.
No, I mean, if a payment can be genuine.
Yes.
But legitimacy means it is not in accordance with the law.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. I agree.
And if that happens, it will be your responsibility as
Yes,
CEO.
of course.
So if anyone is to say that these were unlawful payments,
of course.
Do you know you'll be held responsible?
Yes, of course.
Together with your director of finance, of course.
Yes, of course. I do.
Now, page 40, unless there are other questions, any question? Page 40, non-deduction of withholding tax. Do you know you are supposed to deduct tax?
Yes, of course.
10%? Is it 10%?
Yes, yes.
When you give a contract,
yes.
About a contract, you're supposed to deduct tax?
Yes, yes.
Where tax is not withheld?
Well, we can only accept that, you know, it was an error on our part.
But Mr. Jallow, it would be simple to say it's an error. I mean,
you see, if I start to explain, you know, it may, how to call it, take much longer, because most of these projects, I cannot recall, to be very frank, but I do know that most of these projects were joint you know, ventures between the council and the GAM Works in particular. Now, I would not rule out the fact that, you know, there were, you know, 1 or 2 contracts that were given out and paid for by the council. So in that case, well, the error is on our part.
Mr. Jallow,
Yes, please, ma.
on the issue of the contracts that are awarded, you've said most of the time these were joint projects with GAM Works.
With GAM Works, yes, ma.
And it is correct that before you embark on any of these projects, you make assessment as to the needs of the community.
Yes, of course.
And then they have their input into the project. Now, for these projects that you've done, at the end of it, can you recall how many projects you've done with GAM Works, and if at the end of the project cycle, whether reports were generated to show that the projects were executed as per what was agreed in the documents? Were reports generated to that effect?
Yes, we do share reports with GAM Works, but the process, as you have just asked, the process is that you know, when these funds are available at the level of government, it is in partnership with the council, and the council is required to pay a percentage, and in most cases 10% of the amount, depending on the projects that we have identified. Now, when we pay the 10%, the whole, how to call it, and identify the projects for that matter. We pay 10% and identify the projects. And in a nutshell, that is where our participation is. And the rest of it is done by GAM Works. Nonetheless, they send us reports of, you know, progress reports of the projects. And during my tenure in office, I think I can recall there was about 4 projects, or 4 to 5 projects. One was the pavement around the police area. And there was also...
and how much was the counterpart contribution to that pavement project?
No, in total, it was
Was it with GAM Works?
Yes, it was with GAM Works.
Yes, what was the counterpart?
I cannot offer, but I do know that they were lumped together. You know, of course, including the office complex. And
the current office complex?
Yes, the current office complex.
When was it started?
It started, I can't recall, but it started during my tenure in office. And
concluded when?
And completed during my tenure in the office, but I never moved there. It was after when I left that they moved into the office.
When did they move to the office? Did you?
Immediately when I left. I think maybe.
In 2019, 2020?
No. 2020. It cannot be 2019 because I left 2019 December, and I was in my own.
It should be in 2020.
It should be in 2020.
So you have said that you normally contribute 10%.
10%, 8%, I can't recall exactly, but we contribute.
For those projects, is it not 5% that you contributed?
It started with 5%, but I think the last ones is 8%.
Is how much percent?
8%.
So please note and get us the information about how much your counterpart contribution is.
Okay.
Because I could recall exhibit LGC/MSJ/BKAC/002, in which you noted that 1.7 million was your counterpart payment
Contribution.
which is paid in connection with this SILIP project.
Yes,
SILIP project. You recall that?
Maybe that's the name of the project.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Which was on the GAMWORKS.
Yes.
Now that was the amount you paid, and you paid fully, right? You
Yes,
paid
we did. Yes, we paid
your full 5% contribution.
Yes, we did.
Now, please note and get us some of the progress reports that was sent to you. And you said when you conclude in signing and having done your counterpart payments, that's the end. You wait for them to give you your reports.
Updates.
Don't you have joint committees to follow up on the project to know whether, based on what you have agreed, the consultants or the service providers are providing the service as per what you have agreed with GAMWORKS?
Now,
you don't have a local counterpart consultant that will be working with the consultant of GAMWORKS to oversee and cross-check the works that have been done?
No.
So you don't have any hands in that?
The only person who is engaged is the Director of Planning and Development. He is the one, she is the one, in this case, she is the one who in most cases collaborate with them. And when these reports also come through my office, they are sent to her office.
My concern is your level of participation in these projects. Because these are projects in which you are spending taxpayers' money. Yes, it is either a grant or a soft loan that is given to you to execute a particular project that you have requested for. But do you think it is correct on the side of council not to fully participate, you understand, in the execution of the projects, such that, for instance, your Director of Development and Planning be part of the team that will be supervising, you understand, the execution of the project?
I think you're very correct, Ma, because if you look at the process and the way these projects are being executed, you would realize, as you have just alluded to, realize that the council does not play a significant role, and I don't think that is correct, because in as much as we pay a counterpart contribution, and however small it is coming from the people, and we should have had the opportunity to partake.
Yes, because
the complete,
you must have value for the counterpart contribution that you're putting,
yeah,
and then that support is in line with the major policies and programs of decentralization. That has been the agenda been pushed for local government autonomy, so that you get these things done.
In fact, you have just touched on the crux of the matter. I'm sorry to say that, but it's unfortunate. Even the identification of the both the consultant and the contractor, the council is not involved. So in the context of decentralization, there is no an iota of or an element of it, in our relationship. If you come to that, and in most areas as well. Of course, including the operations.
So, and now, how do you get GAMWORKS to account to you whether it has executed it based on the budget that was agreed?
No,
how can you account for that?
No, GAMWORKS does not account to us.
Well, that is very wrong, because you are the beneficiary. They should account to you, because you are the beneficiary institution. You should know how the money is spent.
Very well.
Both how it is spent and the level of service that is been given at the end of the day.
Absolutely. In fact.
So where you do not agree, you say you do not agree.
No.
Where the service is not provided based on what has been agreed on the documentation, you say we don't agree because this is not what we agreed and this is not what we signed for.
Ma, you are quite right. If I wish the people of GAMWORKS were here. Even the structure, the main office, at the very design stage, I did protest, in their presence, that this is not the way we want it. But they said that is the way.
You had your ministry as a cause of, as a recourse.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Is it not?
Yes, of course, but...
But what?
No,
Mr. Jallow, this is a fact-finding mission. We do not want the mistakes that have happened over the period to happen to subsequent people that will occupy this position and would want to execute their job, and they couldn't do it because they find a status quo, a system that they cannot beat. So we want to make it right. So you say what you feel and what you felt went wrong, because you are aware that some of these projects are not properly done. Is that not correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, Honorable Sila, can you proceed?
Let me try to rectify a lot of things that have been said. Councils normally identify projects based on community needs. When it is done, it is taken to the office of the CEO to prepare a proposal. And this proposal is sent to Gamworks. And then Gamworks would send it to the World Bank for no objection. Upon its return, the project is approved. When it comes, it goes back to the office of the CEO, and then Gamworks will prepare a draft design to see that what is designed is what the council is asking for. It goes through the CEO and the director of planning, and then they will say, yes, this is what we have asked for, or no, this is what we have not asked for. It is taken back to Gamworks for a redesigning. When council agrees that, yes, this is what we asked for, then the tenders are open. Gamworks have their own consultants who will do the design, registered, and then they have their own contractors, and they are categorized based on the cost of the project. When you go through that stage, then there is a project committee coming from council, the CEO, and also the consultant and the project and the contractor. The site is handed over to the contractor. Alongside it will be the consultant, CEO would come together and hand over the project to the consultant. And then the timing of the contract and everything is stipulated. Now, during implementation, the communities have a right to see if the contractor is going as per specification. If it is not, they report back to council, and council will consult the consultant, and then the project is stopped until at some time where it is rectified. This is the process. Initial payment was 10%, but then Gamworks wanted to encourage drainage, so they reduced the counterpart contribution of drainage to 5%. Later on, they reduced it to 2% to encourage people to come with drains. The monitoring is there, from council to consultant to contractor. Upon completion, they are issued certificate of acceptance for payment, deducting 11% of the total cost as contingency. After 6 months, you go back on site, the council, the consultant, the contractor, to see if there are any defects on the project. If there are any defects, they will take part of the 11% to remedy those defects. If the defects are more than 11%, they fall onto the bank bonds of the contractor to remedy the situation. So there is strict, tight control to ensure that these projects are implemented properly. Thank you.
Honorable Sila, thank you so much for enlightening us on the entire process of projects being jointly done between the council and for instance, Gamworks, as we were trying to discuss. Now, this clearly shows, contrary to what you've been alluding to or what you have said earlier, that you do not have a full participation in the process. Is that correct?
No, what I was trying to say is the fact that,
No, but answer the question first. Is that correct? Is what Honorable Sila has said, is that the process that has been adopted in the 4 contracts that were executed by GAMWORKS with the council?
That is what is supposed to be the process.
But now I am asking you.
Yes.
The process that he has just given us out.
Correct.
Is that the process that was adopted for the 4 projects that you participated in whilst you were CEO?
Yes.
That's the process?
Yes.
So which means you had access and you knew everything that was being done and you have the reports to that effect?
Not quite. Not quite. I was just trying to explain.
Now, given the fact that you have reports and you have completion certificates for some of these projects, were there any issues that these projects had, and did you raise them if there were any issues?
Yes, there were issues.
So please note and let us have some of those observations and issues and get us reports and completion certificates and raise the issues that you understand you came up with whilst these 4 projects were executed during your tenure.
Okay.
Council, you may proceed.
Now, Mr. Jallow,
yes,
let's just finish with the 2018 and we move to other issues, okay? Now, on page 43 of the 2018 report, National Audit Report.
Okay.
This is now in relation to the performance review regarding how you were contributing in the development of the area council itself. Now, it talks about the market. It says, during our inspection to a selection of markets within the council, the following observations were noted. Toilets were found to be acutely inadequate in all markets visited. One of the markets, that is Busumbala, a single toilet was shared by the entire market and by both sexes. Is that true?
Yes. True.
You see now what we were talking about regarding whether you had your priorities right. You sent 7 people to Dakar. You give them 5 days per diem each. Which is more of a priority to you?
Okay.
No, I had asked a question. I said, now we come back to what we had discussed earlier on. For example, sending 7 people to Dakar to attend as an independence celebration. When you can't really provide for your people.
No denial on that. I'm not denying that there are other priorities more than paying per diem to Dakar. But what I'm saying, as far as that is concerned, is the fact that it's based on an agreement. There are other priorities which are more.
Your bigger agreement you have is to serve the people. Is that not a bigger agreement than going to Dakar for independence celebration?
Of course.
So now let's not talk about that agreement, because now you have a bigger agreement.
Yeah, okay.
Is to serve the people.
Okay.
You agree?
I don't dispute.
Good. So this situation, it could have been solved easily.
Okay.
Why was it not solved?
Well, because we had issues, quite wide range of issues. As far as Busumbala is concerned,
yes,
I think I did mention the fact that we had, problems, even, with regards to the market, a market that was constructed, which we found it difficult to manage, and the the community and the then council in particular, in the name of, I think, Isbolong Jata, who insisted that that project was part of them. So in addition to this the toilet problem, we could not deny the fact that there was the need to have a better facility, but we had a lot of issues with regards to Busumbala market.
I still haven't heard you talk about the issues. You only stop at saying there are a lot of issues. But what are these issues?
Yeah, the issues are in financial, financial.
Financial. You have money to go to Dakar.
Okay, all right, okay. All right.
You had money to go to Dakar.
Okay, good.
That must be an extra funds. If you have made so much money, you have taken care of your people,
Okay.
then you can take your staff to Dakar.
Okay.
Is that not the case? Do you agree with that?
Right, I agree.
Will you support, now that you are a former CEO, looking back, will you support any institution, any local government, either council, that would prioritize going to Dakar over building toilets for their people?
Sure, no.
Good. Now, it also says in the same vein that the second toilet had to be closed due to dilapidation, the condition of the one being used. Well, sometimes these auditors, they have their own language. The second toilet that had to be closed due to the condition of the one being used has also deteriorated much due to the overuse of used coupled with the lack of care. Many of the vendors claim to use the nearby compounds for their lavatory needs. The committee at their market claim to have reported the matter to the council staff, albeit verbally, and therefore unable to be sustained by us. Is that a fact?
Yes, sometimes it also has something to do with people's attitude.
Attitude?
Yes, attitude.
How?
It's difficult to control people, even where you put somebody as a caretaker. It is difficult, to control people, depending on their attitude as to the usage of the facilities. So,
I wouldn't deny that, but that is why you were employed. That's why people run for political office. They get elected as council members or mayors or chairman or chairwoman, as the case may be, or you are appointed or in the position of a CEO. That's why people want to get these positions of authority to effect change. So to now come back after so many years and say people's attitude, no, they pay you to govern them.
No,
they pay you to manage them.
No, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back to take those excuses. That was exactly what was happening at that time.
What was that?
It's a combination of people's attitude and.
No, they see. I don't want to hear that argument. The argument cannot be sustained. You cannot sustain that argument. They pay you for you to manage their attitude. No one denies the fact that in the Gambia we have attitudinal problem like any other country. But that's why you are appointed and you are elected, whatever the case is, to serve the people. And you're paid from the money that they pay taxes to you.
I don't deny that.
The toilets must be built. There must be good sanitation environment. There must be good administration. These things, they must have the services that they pay for. No excuse that they have attitude. They must have the service that they pay for. They can't be paying you taxes every day. Do you negotiate with them regarding the tax that they are supposed to pay? You don't. Everyone knows tax is one of the most harsh things that people must deal with. Correct?
Correct.
Now, you see the dump sites as well. There are issues regarding the dump site. It says on page 45 that there were observed on visits there we observed dumping to be indiscriminate. Heaps of various forms of refuse lie scattered all over the field. The council assistant cleaning manager blamed the practice over the non-securing of the place, coupled with the lack of monitoring by the staff. Another thing we saw was the apparent encroachment by individuals well into the space of the dump site. Some of the encroachers began planting trees within the dump site. The assistant manager indicated that they are always in confrontation with the intruders, but their actions still continue. You can't manage your dump site as well.
Yeah, we find it difficult to manage the dump site. Normally there is a dustbin, a big one, that is evacuated on a periodic basis. But even with that, we could not control the situation.
Now, How to our next issue, because you've already confirmed this finding, correct?
Okay.
Next issue is, how were you dealing with prior audit reports as CEO?
Prior audit reports?
Yes.
Whenever we receive an audit report, we share it among ourselves,
Yes.
particularly from the office of the CEO.
Yes.
We produce copies for the chairman, the director of finance, and in most cases, the director of planning and development.
Yes.
So that we will look at it individually at our different sectors or departments. And then where needed, answers will be compiled, and the response is sent to the audit.
Yeah. Now, this you have not been doing effectively, have you?
We have been doing. There is no single audit report that I have not responded to during my tenure in office.
No, the response is one.
Yes.
The acting on the recommendations, the findings, making sure they don't repeat. They don't repeat the subsequent year.
Yes, that's always where the problem is.
Why?
But,
what is the purpose of the audit if you cannot solve problems?
Yes, we just try to improve. We improve from.
There is no sign of improvement.
But
there's nothing you have done new that were raised in the previous audit reports. The area councils, the CEOs, you don't do anything extra. You don't correct the mistakes of the previous year. You keep on piling these problems, they keep on repeating. Probably it's more convenient. Sir?
More convenient?
Yes.
No.
Why won't you have a financial statement? Before you assumed office, the issue of financial statement was raised in the 2017 audit. When you assumed office in 2018, the still issue persists.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, there were a lot of there were other factors responsible. At one point I can recall. At one point we found it difficult to have a starting point because there were problems at the director of finance, where some figures were missing, and that we found it difficult to have a starting point.
I don't understand. I still don't understand. I'm not sure anyone does, Mr. Jallow. The issue is you must have a financial statement. You must account for the finances of council.
Yes. I'm not denying
Monthly
that.
reconciliation,
Yes.
financial statement.
I'm not
Every butut must be accounted for.
I'm not denying that.
So what were the issues?
Yes, those are the issues I was trying to explain. That these were the problems that we were encountering, and as a result.
Mr. Jallow, you didn't tell us the issue. You said you had issues at the directorate, the Director of Finance's office.
I said we found it difficult to have because there were missing figures, there were missing, information.
Why would there be missing figures if you have bank reconciliations?
Yes, it's not only the bank reconciliation that is needed.
What else?
The other transactions, other transactions that have not gone through the bank.
Tell us. That's why you have reconciliation.
Yes. The ones that go to the bank are the ones that are reconciled against the cash book. But there are transactions that do not go to the bank and are in the cash book.
Mr. Jallow.
So it is the cash book that contains all the information with regards to the council's transactions.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
When we say bank reconciliation, what do you understand by that?
What I do understand is the transactions in the bank.
Yes.
Compared to the transactions in the cash book.
Exactly.
That's what I understand, yes.
So if you say some transactions don't go to the bank, I say that's why you have bank reconciliation. Of course, it says clearly, because not all transactions will pass through the bank. So of course, naturally, the cash book must be reconciled, or transactions that are outside the bank will have to be reconciled, those books of accounts with the bank statement, with the bank transactions. So that you know where they don't agree. Usually they will not agree. You will not have the same figures here and there. So you can reconcile them. You know exactly where the monies are spent on.
That's the purpose of the bank reconciliation.
What?
That is the purpose of the bank reconciliation.
But that's not done.
Yes, I agree.
If you don't do that, you cannot account for the money.
Yes.
And if you can't account for the money, then no one knows whether anyone steals anything or not.
Correct.
And if that's the case, people start building mansions. They build story buildings. Then they will tell you that it is theirs, but no one will ever know how or where these monies are being taken from.
Well,
that's not the purpose why you are appointed. Was that the purpose?
Yes, I do know that bank reconciliations were prepared. I don't.
That's why I said these problems, they keep on repeating itself. It persists. It was a reoccurrence. Again, you have the contract awarded without evidence of tender. But the problem of the past was repeated in 2018 and 19. You see that?
On
procurement not followed in relation to 3 quotations and so on and so forth, whichever the case is regarding the method. You don't follow the strict rules of procurement, do you?
Which page?
46.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah, I do.
Banking of revenue collections. The idea that monies must be taken to the bank when collected was not the case in Brikama Area Council. Certainly.
Money collected and not taken to the bank?
Yes.
The only money I can recall that were collected during my tenure in office and not taken to the bank is the market.
Okay. So you don't have any issue regarding collectors not depositing monies to the bank?
No, because the instruction was all monies collected should be paid to the bank.
That is the instruction. I'm talking about what obtains.
Yes, but
you yourself said it to us.
Yes, but to my knowledge, all monies except the market are paid to the bank.
No, maybe we are not on the same page. Did you not even tell us that the only loans that you were issuing, at least 98%,
yes,
was the collectors that had cash suppression issues?
Correct.
They didn't take it to the bank. That's why they had these cash suppression issues.
Was that the case? I don't think so.
What would that be?
Well,
what would be the other explanation?
Yes, from what I can recall, those staff were defrauding council, by manipulating their receipt books.
Eventually not taking the money to the bank.
Yeah, that is different from the ones they have already collected. The ones I'm talking about is the money that is already collected has to be paid to the bank. But the one that is not collected and it goes into their pocket, it's a completely different thing.
No, you can't put something into your pocket if you don't collect it.
Yes, if you collect it and you are supposed to take it to the bank, you put it in your pocket. That's a different thing.
No,
but what I'm saying is no money is supposed to come to the office directly without going to the bank.
Now let's do this.
Yes.
If Amadou, a revenue collector, collects $10,000,
okay,
and take it to the bank,
we
will not have a problem, right?
Yes, I don't.
If he collects $10,000, took 5 to the bank, 5 in his pocket, yes, how much did he collect altogether?
Well, as far as the council is concerned, at that point, what we know is he's collected 5,000.
But how much did he actually collect altogether?
When we come to make the reconciliation, that's the time that we know that he's collected 10,000.
Exactly. But then he took 5 to the bank.
Yes.
Which means the other 5 did not go to the bank.
The 5 goes to the bank. With that goes to the bank.
But 5 did not go to the bank.
Yeah, the other 5 does not go to the bank.
It's the 5 that did not go to the bank that we are concerned with.
Yes.
That is why the fraud comes in.
Yes, but I think I made it clear that that was the time that
So you had issues of monies not deposited in the bank. That's my problem.
Yes, we did.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's just
no argument about that.
That's just what we are saying.
Yes, absolutely, that's true.
Page 48, single source procurement. Why would you authorize single source procurement way above the threshold? You had a contract of one Mustafa Mane awarded an amount of $117,000 for the transportation of 26 trips of garbage from Yundum and Willingara to Tamba Nana dump site. You also had Saro and Sons, $313,000. Final payment for resurfacing of access road to, you see, even me, I don't even understand these contracts, the description. What is the resurfacing of access roads to Farato village?
Is to fill the potholes.
Fill the potholes.
Fill the potholes with gravel and level it.
Yes. And that's the amount of 313,000.
Yeah, it depends on the distance of that particular.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Everything depends on everything. But then the point is, you must follow due process. Why would you single source this?
Uh, well, that's not correct.
Where will you single source it?
That's not correct.
You have LS Contractors Limited, $164,054. Payment of first part, payment of works within the council ground. Do you recall this?
Yes, I think this one was the how to call it, the pavement,
Yes.
Pavement at the council.
Yes.
Yes, the council grounds.
The council ground.
Yes, council grounds with.
Why were all these single sourced? Why?
I can't recall exactly, but I know that it's not correct.
You know it's not correct.
Yes.
All right, we will come back to these contracts.
Okay.
To be more specific, we have the contracts file here,
Okay.
but then you agree that it's not correct.
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Now, that's all for the 2018, at least for the most part of it.
Okay.
If there are questions for 2018, we can have the witness answer them before we move back to the issues regarding the consultancies you have awarded.
Yeah, Mr. Jallow, your main account is with EcoBank, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And it is also true, looking at that account,
Yes, ma'am.
during your tenure in 2018,
Yes, ma'am.
some staff were withdrawing huge sums of money. Why was that the case?
Huge sums of money. Maybe salaries.
Salaries?
Should be salaries.
It has to be salaries.
Yes.
Okay, I will give you the EcoBank account. You look at, for instance, let's take Yaya Ba's case. On the 9th of August 2018, he withdrew the sum of 474,204.33 bututs. That is on the 9th of August 2018. On that same 9th of August 2018, he withdrew the sum of 750,000. On that same 9th of August, he again went back to the bank and withdrew 750,000. On that same 9th of August 2018, he withdrew 310,000. And just to select a few, Lamin Suso, that same 9th of August, I just gave you, you understand, a group, you understand, within a specific period of time. And when I ask you, you said is salary. Yes, so my follow-up question will be, these are all monies withdrawn on the 9th of August 2018. Lamin Suso withdrew the sum of 300,000 on the 9th of August. Omar Sedikan withdrew the sum of 75,000 on the 9th of August. And the same Omar Sedikan again withdrew the sum of 117,000. I'm going to give you the account for EcoBank. Because check these dates. Check the 9th from the 9th of August. In fact, I have marked it all for you, and you would see what I have said. And tell us why you signed checks for these people to receive these kinds of monies. Can you please give the witness? This is where it starts. And this is just the tip of the iceberg based on what is contained in your main account, EcoBank. And you can flip through the page, the next page. Did you see the amounts?
Yeah, I do. What I can understand, what I can understand, is the fact that when we are paying salaries, our staff, are banking with different banks. So we will list the staff that are at EcoBank, and then we will list the staff at Trust Bank, for example, and other financial institutions. And then checks will be prepared, for those banks, for those staff. That's what I understand. But I don't think these are monies that are withdrawn for their own personal purpose.
Mr. Jallow, nobody is saying that these monies were withdrawn for their personal purposes.
Yeah.
We want to know why these monies are withdrawn.
Yes, they are.
And you have, just hold on.
Yes.
You have said these monies are withdrawn for the purpose of paying salaries.
Yes, most of them.
So is this the time of the month that you pay salaries, the 9th?
Yes,
of the month?
sometimes we find it difficult, and more.
No, just hold on.
Okay.
This is on the 9th.
Yes.
And 3 people have withdrawn over, let's say, over $1.5 million plus. Only on the 9th. I just want to confirm from you, are these all monies, based on what you have told us, are these all these monies, are they towards the payment of salaries?
Yes, I think.
So it's not, that we will take your evidence, but you are going to go to the accountant, to our financial consultant, and you will check the vouchers, because for everything that has been collected from Brikama Area Council, we have noted it. So you will check this, and you let us have the vouchers showing that these monies that these people collected was for the purpose of payment of salaries.
Okay.
And if they pay to any other bank, you will state for us which bank these monies were transferred to, because these are cash withdrawals.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that we can we can confirm your evidence that these monies that have been collected by different staff of the council, they were for the purposes of paying salaries.
Okay.
All right? Please note that.
Okay, all right.
Can I please have the account statement?
So, can I have a list of the?
Yes, let me give you the list.
Yes, please.
Just for the 9th of August.
Yes.
In fact, what you are going to do, this is just a sample. I'm just giving you an example. So what you are going to do for us is for all the monies that have been withdrawn by the staff, cash, we need the evidence to show where the monies went to. If it is payment of salary, we know that this is for payment of salary. It is for goods or services. We see the vouchers and cross-check it with the withdrawals to see who received what money.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Okay.
Because your financial manual, I know, you know that better than I do, has given you very clear, unambiguous guidelines as to what to do when you contract for services, when you contract for goods, and when you are paying salary.
Very well, very well.
Right?
Very well.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Now, Mr. Jallow.
Yes, Council.
Yes, we will need you to give us information regarding how many projects the area council engaged in 2018 and 19. And you can take your time, just write it down.
Okay. Okay.
When you're coming back tomorrow, you can avail us that information.
Tomorrow, would that not be a little bit short?
When do you think you can have this information?
I will have to engage the council, and of course, others who may have the information. Projects for 2018 and 2019.
2019. Are we together?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we also last week were discussing the issue of revenue assessment as well. I don't think it was clear. Now, again, how do you assess revenue? Because we had lost considerable time in relation to our sitting the last time.
Yes, I was explaining that the assessment of revenue is in two folds.
Yes.
One is for the properties, which of course we do using what is called an assessment book.
Yes.
Prepared by the printing department.
Right.
The order that's the system of for the properties.
Yes.
Now, if you come to other revenue avenues or revenue areas,
Yes.
Normally what we do is we set up teams, if you like, teams to go around and be given specific areas to cover. They will assess the businesses around that area, and then come up with the information to the council.
Now,
yes,
please proceed.
Yes, I was just saying that in that process, we make sure that any collector who is supposed to be posted at a particular area is not part of that team. That assessment team for that particular area where he is going to be posted for collection. So it's like we
have contrary evidence to that. The evidence we have is that the revenue collectors for the area, they go and do the collections or the assessment, and then they come back, and then they will do the collection in that same area.
No,
that is the evidence we have.
Yes, as far as I know, during my tenure in office 2018-2019, we set up teams, and it's comprised of the collector, and of course a councillor, and a security personnel.
Yes, but you are saying now that if a revenue collector X is supposed to cover Senegambia, for instance,
yes,
they will not assess Senegambia.
Yes.
I am telling you
yes,
that the evidence is contrary to what you are saying.
For 2018-2019?
Yes, the evidence is that the revenue collectors, they will assess their own area, because they will even tell you that they are the ones who know that area.
Well, that's not to my knowledge. What I do know is that we set up teams during my tenure in office. I don't know when I left, but during my tenure in office, we set up teams.
Now, how do you set up this team?
Yes.
Is it in writing?
No, not in writing.
Who set up these teams?
Well, management, of course, headed by me.
If management does any act or take any decision, they will have to have it in writing. It will be in minutes.
Well, I don't think it was in writing.
If you do things on your own, probably there will not be documentation, maybe.
It was not
Maybe it's a management decision. Management can only give or have a decision based on minutes of management.
No, these were strategies that we use,
Who?
That's management, of course.
Where is the evidence?
No, it's not written.
Then it's you,
yes,
in particular.
Yes.
And not management.
Yes, I should have, right on that particular this thing.
I am not saying there must be a management meeting to set up teams. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that if you are saying it's a management decision, I am saying management can only come up with a decision based on a meeting that you have had.
No, this thing starts at the level of the council.
What do you
normally
mean?
Yes, that's what I can. It starts at the level of the council.
Please explain.
Where the council decides when it is time to
conduct the assessment.
Conduct the assessment, and then what I can recall during my tenure in office, we thought it wise that we set up teams comprising of people from different districts, of course, including councillors.
That makes sense a lot.
Including councillors.
Yes.
So that we are able to have that kind of assessment.
Yes.
Which of course will clearly indicate the revenue that we have for that particular area.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Now, did you as the CEO in 2018 set up teams, you yourself, or following any procedure, set up teams to assess the revenue?
Yeah, I think it's 2018, 2019. I can't recall exactly, but 2018. I can recall that we used to set up teams to go and do this assessment for these other types of revenue.
From your answer, it seems as if you are sure that the teams were set up, but you didn't take part in them. In that.
Who?
You.
I didn't take part. I'm part of management.
Again.
Yes.
We had already said management did not set up these teams because you don't have any meetings regarding the setting up of these teams.
No. What I said is the decision is taken at the level.
Now, when these teams go out in the field to conduct the assessment, what is next? How do they report to you?
Yeah, they bring their report to the director of finance.
Yes.
And, through the director of finance, and then to my office.
So you will be a report will be submitted to you.
Yes.
For every area.
Yes.
In what form will it take this assessment?
Well, I can't recall. I'm not sure whether it is documented, unless and until if I ask.
Mr. Jallow, you are the longest serving CEO, correct?
Pardon?
Is the longest serving CEO, is it you?
Yes, but not only for Brikama Area Council.
Not only?
Yes.
You said so. You said not only what?
Brikama Area Council.
Yes, that gives you wealth of experience. The fact that it's not only Brikama Area Council.
Absolutely.
It's a wealth of experience.
Yes.
So, how do they report to you?
Yeah, after the exercise, they bring in the reports.
Is it documented?
I am not sure.
Mr. Jallow, we must know.
It's been quite a while. I cannot recall
sorry,
that.
Mr. Jallow. I believe you will appreciate that we are not here sitting to joke with issues, right? Mm-hmm. I'm talking to you, Mr. Jallow.
Yes. I'm listening.
We are not sitting here to joke with issues.
Absolutely, I know.
We are being paid taxpayers' money to find out what went wrong.
Yes.
And the minimum we can do
Yes.
is to respect the ordinary Gambian
Yes.
whose monies we are being paid to do this job.
Yes.
And the minimum we expect from anybody that is sitting on that seat where you are sitting to give us correct and right answers
Yes.
to the best of your ability.
Yes.
And not to mislead the commission.
Yes.
And not to joke with the commission.
Yes.
Because it will be the height of dishonesty and disservice to the people of the Gambia. Right? So please answer the questions honestly and to the best of your ability.
Yes.
If there are reports, say that there are reports. So I don't want to remind you of that because we do understand that there have been issues, but trying to run away from liability or blame is not what is going to solve the issues. We all know what the problems are, and we are just trying to make sure that the problems would not be repeated and cannot be repeated at the end of this exercise. Did you get that?
Yeah, I do.
So please answer the question.
I do. What I'm also appealing for is the fact that since I left office, it's been a while.
Yes.
Now,
but Mr. You will agree with me that you occupied that office.
I did.
And you have been CEO.
Yes.
Around most of this council.
Yes.
And you knew.
Yes.
Or you knew then.
Yes.
What was on the ground.
Yes.
Because ultimately the buck stops at your office.
Yes.
When everything is said and done. Is that not the case?
Yes, of course.
So please answer the question.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If I can.
For the fact that there are certain things when you tell this commission that you forget, issues like date and specific issues, you understand, which will need us to present to you documents for you to enable you recall, we will do so. But for the questions that council is asking you, these are questions you know on top of your head, with all due respect. So please answer the questions.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, ma'am.
Council, you may proceed.
What I'm saying is, if I cannot recall, I just appeal that I take note, and then if it is anything that is supposed to be provided, let me take note and then give me the opportunity to go back and see.
That is fair enough. We will do so. But where you think you cannot recall and you can get documents to enlighten us,
Yes.
please indicate that we give you time
Yes.
to go and look for it
Yes.
so that you can avail us that
Absolutely.
information.
Yes, of course, of course.
That will be fair enough
Yes.
to yourself, to the Commission, and to the Gambian people.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. You may continue.
Now, Mr. Jallow, please provide the Commission this information regarding the process taken by Council in 2018 and 19 in the assessment of revenue. Do you follow?
Okay.
Yeah, and just to remind you, you can just make reference to the financial manual in relation to the role of the Director of Finance, 204, page 10, paragraph J, L, L, which says correctly assess revenue in accordance with the relevant laws or bylaws and to secure its punctual collection. So we will be grateful if you now tell us in 2018-19 the process in relation to the collection of revenue. You understand how you assess the revenue in 2018 and 19?
Yes, I did mention the other one.
Yes, just take your time. You've asked to be given time to provide this information.
Yes, what I cannot confirm is anything that is in writing.
Yes,
but I can explain the process. I said the process.
You've asked for time. We'll give you time so that we can deal with the matter adequately.
Yes, I said the process is in two folds, two types of revenue. One is the one that deals with the property, which we use, through an assessment book.
Now, come with the documentation.
Yes.
If you can.
Yes.
In your next appearance, so that we deal with the matter of revenue assessment.
Okay. All right.
If you mention any document, we will expect that you provide us with.
Okay.
The relevant documentation.
In the case of the assessment book,
yes.
if a sample will do.
Yes.
A sample will do. Okay.
Let's see. Yes.
No, a sample will not do. We need you to give us the assessment you used in 2018 as CEO.
All the assessment books?
Yes, the 2018 and 2019.
All the assessment books?
Yes, the assessments you did on all the revenue lines, on all the areas, because this is going to feed onto what you have budgeted for and what your actuals were. Without us having that, we will not be able to discuss your budget and to know how much you generated in 2018 and in 2019, i.e. to reconfirm your recurrent and capital expenditures in those 2 years. So we need the exact and the ones you used, you understand, for the collection of tax. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you mind to write that down, sir?
Yeah, I've already noted it down, but I know it's going to be a mountain to climb because all the assessment books will be...
Mr. Jallow, it cannot be a mountain to climb because these are assessments that the groups you said you had them into groups that will do the assessment, and it is based on that assessment that they will go back to the field to collect revenue. So unless you tell us that you were acting very fraudulently in the execution of the budgets of 2018 and 2019, if we don't see the assessments reports, that is the only thing that will explain the fraudulent nature of transactions done in 18 and 19. Because we have to ascertain what you projected based on the assessment, what you actually collected on the ground, and because you have it on the records in your bank statements to prove that this is what you had. And we have, you recall that we have the cash books of the so-called cash books of the collectors. We have them.
Okay.
So all that is going to be done forensically to see what you are telling us, whether it's actually what is on the ground, as per the revenues you collected and the expenditures you made during this period. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other question from the commissioners?
Are you done with that aspect?
No, I have other issues. So I'm just waiting for whether the commissioners have questions before I proceed with
Okay, do you have
my line of questioning.
Yes. You can
Now,
proceed.
Mr. Jallow,
Yes, please.
there was an issue regarding the governor being paid per diem in 2018. You'll find this on page 41 of the 2018 audit report.
Page 41. That one I can recall. If
Yes,
you
it says, let me just first read you the findings. It says that the council made a number of payments which are not related to their activities. The payment, as can be seen in the table below, relates to the governor's office, and the management has not provided explanations. Now, this was on the 30th of May 2018. It says, being payment of per diem for the governor and delegates traveling to Senegal. The voucher number is 660. The payee is Abdoulaye Ba. The amount is $62,720. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I can recall that there was a visit which we went together with the governor.
Yes.
And then the governor was Sifai Hydra.
Sifai Haidara.
Yes, Sifai Hydra. He was, she was part of the delegation.
Go ahead.
Yes, to go to Senegal as our, routine partnership visit to Grayoff.
Okay.
I think this one was independence celebration. I'm not sure. The payment,
Yes.
the date to the payment.
Go ahead.
Yes, it was paid to the governor. So I don't know why Abdoulaye Ba. Why the name Abdoulaye Ba?
That's not the question. That's not the main issue. Is the governor supposed to be paid per diem from or by the council?
Well, I think it was approved by the ministry.
You think?
Yes, by the ministry.
By the ministry.
Yes.
Let's even assume it was approved by the ministry. It still doesn't make it right. But is the governor supposed to be paid per diem?
Yeah, absolutely. She's not supposed to be paid because she's not a part of the council.
And so why would you approve payment? Why would you even send a request to pay the governor?
She was part of the delegation, and
so anyone who is part of the delegation will be paid per diem, regardless of the fact that they work for council or not.
Yeah, per diem, yes.
Regardless of the fact that they work for council or not.
Yes, because we should have an approval from the ministry.
Okay. Now your response says, after revisiting the transaction referred to as non-council related payment, it is evident that the payment was per diem to the governor, West Coast Region, accompanied by his driver and oddly to the sister Republic of Senegal on an official mission. However, council will in due course make further consultation with the ministry on such engagement, which means there was no consultation, in fact, with the governor, since he is responsible for council as provided for. So in fact, there was no, you didn't seek clearance from the ministry based on your own response.
No, it was as a result of the query made by the audit that we were responding to say that next time when see anybody out of the council, is identified, we will have to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Based on your response.
Yes. Yes.
It indicates that you did not seek approval from the ministry.
Yeah, we had approval from the ministry.
No, the response didn't say that, unless I am reading it wrong.
However,
it says, however, council will in due course make further consultation with the ministry on such engagements with the governor, since he is responsible.
Yes.
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 It says that now going forward,
yes,
you will consult the ministry.
Yes, because
it means going backwards, you did not consult the ministry.
No, maybe in this case, the directive just came.
Why would you even pay the governor per diem?
Well, that's not correct. That's not correct in the first place. To be very frank, that's not correct. That should not have happened anyway.
Yes, that brings us to the end for 2018. Any questions?
Now, Mr. Jallow,
Yes, ma'am.
it is true that a special account was opened for the purpose of paying the land transfers.
Yes.
Can you provide us?
Special account?
Yes.
Sorry. No.
It was not.
No, it was paid into the main account.
It was paid into the main account.
Main account.
Okay, now take a look at the report, your report that you gave to us. That is exhibit LGC/MSJ/BKAC/002 at page 6. This is, if you have a copy, please go to page 6.
No, I don't have a copy. I have my statement.
There you have your what?
My statement.
Please give him my copy. The middle paragraph. Please read that for us. And
Which one? Sorry, credit union. Is it the credit union?
read the paragraph that is highlighted.
Oh, okay. A special collection account has been opened where all payments are made and the monies are then transferred on a weekly basis onto the council's main current account.
Which is at EcoBank. This is a report you gave to us, which has been admitted in evidence. Is that correct?
Yes, I myself cannot understand this language.
Was this not a report that was handed over to you as a CEO taking over from?
Yes, this was part of the handing over from my then predecessor.
Yes,
to
and
me.
who was your predecessor?
My predecessor was Yusufa Mane.
Mane.
Yes.
Yes.
But
but did you sign this report?
yes, we did.
So did you go through this report?
It's not a report. It's a handing over.
Yes, handing over notes.
Yes.
Whatever you call it, a handing over
yes.
note or report or
Yes.
handing over.
Yes, we did.
Let me use your own terms.
Yes, we did.
You read that.
Yes, we did.
So
Prior
what
to-
does that paragraph say?
I think what it is indicating,
You don't interpret it. You tell us what it is saying there, right there.
what it is saying is that there was an account.
And there is an account.
No, as far as I'm concerned, that account.
Okay, now
never
hold on to
existed.
that. Take a look at the EcoBank for 2018 and show us where the transfer of. Can you please hand this over to the witness? Show us where these land transfer fees have been transferred into the main account or paid individually as per persons coming to do transactions on land transfer matters on that EcoBank statement.
I think what he was.
No. Let's just go on that so that we have clarity in the evidence.
I don't understand.
What I'm saying.
Oh, yes, please.
You said, I am saying
Yes.
that based on your report.
Yes.
I'm asking you a question. I said, there is a special account open for the payments, anybody that wants to pay for land transfer in Brikama. You are given an account to go and pay. Is that not the case?
Well, I didn't know that account.
Now, land transfers in Brikama, where are they paid?
They are paid into EcoBank account, our main account.
Yes, in your main account.
In our main account.
Yes.
Yes.
That statement that you have now,
Yes.
since you are saying you don't seem to understand
Yes.
whether there was a special account
Yes.
open for
Yes.
that purpose, because
Yes.
the statement in that handing over
Yes.
indicated that there is a bank account specially open for the purpose of land transfer fees being paid into that account. And the report further indicated that on a weekly basis, the money is transferred from that account to the main account.
The main account.
So whichever it is, whether it is transferred to the main account or individuals pay directly to the main account, I said, give us an indication from the EcoBank account showing those payments of land transfer to evidence that anybody that is paying, the land transfer is paid into that account, into that EcoBank account. Is it there?
I cannot even understand this because as far as
we will give you time.
As far as I'm
no, we will give you time. I will put that question on hold. When we come back lunch break, we will give you the accounts. You go through them.
Yes.
During lunch break, and check the payments so that you can highlight to us the payments made by people in your that main EcoBank account on the transfer of land.
This one?
Yes. Because that is what the report said. So we need to cross-check and confirm whether it's the same main account we are all talking about and whether we are all in the same page. Don't worry. We will put that question on hold. When we come back after lunch break, you will have had the opportunity to check the bank statement. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So now, please tell us, how many advisory positions do you have at the level of the council?
How many?
Advisory positions do you have at the level of the council?
What type of advisory position?
Advisory, people that you have retained as advisors to the council.
No,
do you have any advisory
we don't.
People that you have retained and paying as advisors to the council?
No, I don't. No.
You don't have people that have been on your payroll?
No.
All right. Now, you have indicated that there is partnership with EcoBank and Reliance, right?
Yes, with Reliance.
Yes. Apart from these two, which other businesses or companies or associations that you have had that during your tenure you were partnering with in doing business?
When I was handing over, I think.
You have your handing over notes?
Yes, I do.
Please kindly give it to the council so that we admit it in evidence.
Yes, let me just go through first.
Yes.
From what I have here, the council partners, we had the Dresden Banjul Organization. Dresden Banjul Organization, DBO.
Yes.
This was an institution.
Can you run through them?
Yes.
You will read it in your report.
Okay. Dresden Banjul Organization, then 5C Energy.
Yes, sir.
Then Reliance Financial Services.
Yes.
Then we have Ajib Bank,
Yes.
Gam Solar, Samasang Federation, Sandeli, then Sama Cairo, Gambia National Petroleum Company. Yes, and the other one is the twinning that's the twinning.
Just list them so that we have it in evidence.
Yes, that's the list.
That's the list.
That's the list.
Okay.
That's the list.
Yes. Sir,
and this is my handing over.
Yes.
In 2019.
Okay.
22nd November 2019.
So please give it to the council. Can we admit that document?
So this is your handover note?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Which year was it, 2019?
2019, November.
Who did you hand over to?
Mr. Momodi Jonga. Sorry, Mr. Momodi Jonga.
From you, Ma'am Sait Jallow,
Yes.
to Momodi Jonga.
Yes, please.
Take it over as CEO.
Yes, please.
This was in November 22nd, 2019.
Yes, please.
Correct?
Yes, please.
We apply to tender the handover notes of Mr. Ma'am Sait Jallow, CEO of Brikama Area Council. The witness currently in the stand. The document is signed by the witness, Ma'am Sait Jallow, handed over CEO, and Mabudu Jonga taking over as CEO. 22nd of November 2019 is the date, into evidence as an exhibit.
The handing over notes dated the 22nd of November 2019 between Mam Sait Jallow, handing over CEO, to Modu Jonga taking over CEO. The said handing over notes is admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MSJ/BKAC/004.
As the Commission places.
Yes, now, my further question to this is, aside from the companies, the organizations you listed, is Brikama Area Council a shareholder in any business entity?
Shareholder, no.
That you were aware of or you participated in during 2018-19?
No.
And aside from the legal advisor that you retained, do you have any other advisors?
No.
Did you retain any other advisors?
No.
Political or otherwise, economic, environmental?
No.
During the course of your tenure, did you increase any allowances?
Increase allowances?
Did you increase any of the allowances that you were paying to both the senior and the junior staff of the council?
No.
Now, how many landed properties does the council have?
Well, I think it should be in the council register, property register.
Property register.
Yeah, property
register. Please note it and provide us the property register.
Council assets register.
Yes, council's asset register. Thank you.
Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you have a loan policy?
We don't.
You don't have a loan policy?
No, we don't.
But during 2018 and 19, you gave out loans to staff?
Yes. If it is going, it's one or two.
So, but that was not guided by any policy?
No.
But were you able to recover the loans that you gave out? Were you able to get the staff repay all the loans?
Yes, they did.
They repaid
everything. Until when I left.
So please provide us with evidence to show that 2018, 2019, during your tenure, the staff that took loan repaid the said loans. Do you have a medical scheme policy? You pay for medical?
No.
But you do give medical support?
Yes, we do.
And why didn't you have these policies in place to guide you as to how to prudently manage these issues?
We didn't. We should have had, but we didn't, to be very frank. We didn't.
Where the loan policy, the health policy, were they not captured in your strategic plan?
Yeah, they should be. They should be in the strategic plan. They should, but it was one thing to have the strategic plan in place, but another thing to implement it. Yes.
And why was the challenge?
Yeah, it was very difficult for us to challenge to implement it. In fact, as I said earlier on, the strategic plan itself, when I came in, it was for 2014 to 2020, but it was just a document that was just lying there. You don't know what to do with it because it has no implementation or any other strategies to be able to deal with it. More of the reason why we engage the other consultants.
Yes, so after the consultants have done their work, were you able to execute the plan as provided for by the consultants, which you engaged to get you in place a plan to follow?
Still, the problem persisted, because to be very frank, the aims, prior aim and objective of the strategic plan was, among others, to dictate even the budgeting and of course the...
So what do you think was the problem as to why you couldn't implement the plan, even after it has been, you have made sure that you have an executable plan?
Among others, I think lack of capacity at the level of the council, to be very frank.
But that ought to have been their priority in the plan. So
will
you take steps to address that based on what the plan has said?
Yes, we didn't. In fact, it was just unfortunate.
Okay. Do you have an ICT policy?
ICT, no, we don't.
2018-19, did you had your standing orders for council?
Standing orders?
Yes.
I can't.
To allow council do its work efficiently?
You see, the system we had...
no, you answer first, then you explain. Did you have standing orders?
No, I don't think.
All right.
I don't think.
Okay. So now tell us whether, what was, were there any circumstances or instances where you have issues of the chairman interfering in the day-to-day administration of the council?
Now,
were there circumstances where there were interference? Then you explain.
Yes, during my tenure in office, I made sure that they stay away completely from management, from the implementation aspect of council's decisions. So I didn't have that problem with them. Both chairpersons I have worked with, both Bakari and how to call it Sonko. I didn't have much problems in them interfering into
So would it be correct to say that it's because you made sure that they did not oversee what you're doing? That is why the council was not performing as expected?
No, that's a different thing. They were fully informed as to what was happening because, we were making sure that we report, as provided for by the Act, to the chairperson's office, as and when whatever activity is going on.
So you respected the reporting protocols, that is,
yes,
whatever you do, you have to convene.
Yes.
The council has to convene to look at what you're doing.
Yes.
And reports were generated to that effect?
Not necessarily. Most of our engagements were just verbal.
Informal?
Informal, exactly.
So, but then, Mr. Jallow, how would we now trust that, you understand, the council members and the chair were fully briefed of the day-to-day administration of what is going on, maybe on a quarterly basis or otherwise?
They were fully aware because, I was using, in fact, not only because it is provided for, but I was using it to make sure that, He
But
being...
there is no evidence. Everything you are saying now, you said you did verbal. Is that not it?
Yes, but...
So is that also not the reason why you were not able to take full control and charge of the council in terms of making sure that, you understand, the procedures and protocols are followed for efficient management of the council? Because you were not documenting anything.
Now, that is a serious shortcoming. I accept, to be very frank, but then...
Thank you so much. I think this is a convenient point to stop for lunch, and we will come back. And please, Mr. Secretary, give him the, I think you have the report. I can have back my report, but please check
Which
on the handing over notes.
The one I have already submitted.
Yes, no, this one, the prior one.
Which
This one is my copy. No, I have given you the bank statements.
Yes,
so I want you to confirm. You will go through that statement and confirm to us the payments. If not, if you cannot find it there, when we come back, we will deal with the issue.
The land transfer payment?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Thank you. We may rise.